Hello everyone, and thank you for coming. Today we will discuss the failure of San Francisco Dam. But first, let me provide some background information on this topic. San Francisco Dam was a curved concrete gravity dam constructed between 1924 and 1926 to provide a storage reservoir for the Los Angeles aqueduct system. The design and construction of San Francisco Dam were executed solely by the Los Angeles Bureau of Waterworks and Supply under the supervision of the organization Chief Engineer William Mulholland. However, in 1928, the failure of the dam resulted in the death of over 400 civilians, which was caused by a series of human error and pure engineering judgment. Due to the tremendous loss of life and property damage estimated to be $7 million, some consider the failure of San Francisco Dam to be the worst American civil engineering disaster of 20th century. As an engineer, what are the benefits acquired from the decision?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. So from my point of view as an engineer, the advantages of the engineer to use a low-cost material to build the dam is mainly to reduce the cost of the construction. This is because back in the days we have a problem to find and collect a massive fund to support the construction work. Therefore, by using a cheap material, we can reduce the cost of the dam construction and get the project running smoothly. Other than that, the reason we use low-cost material is to enhance the opportunity for other investors to invest to this project. Then, the main purpose we built the dam is to create a large regulating and a storage reservoir for the city of Los Angeles, so it will be the main water supply infrastructure to supply water to all of the civilians in Los Angeles. That's all. Thank you.
Next, let's hear about the cons of the action.
In my opinion, the highlighted issue in aspects of engineering ethics should be the occurrence of poor judgment in analysis and study. William Mulholland, the chief engineer, who is known to be good at improvising, should never have made the decision to alter the aqueduct construction without external reviews and trusting solely upon his employed engineers. This is a clear example of ethical misjudgment which prioritizes costing over public and environmental safety. Here, the ethical conflict that comes into play is the concept of utilitarian by John Stewart, which promotes prioritization of community needs over personal gains in reaching a morally accepted outcome. As a consequence, we can see 400 human lives were lost, destruction of environmental lands and infrastructure, apart from a tarnished reputation. From the case study, we can see due diligence and effective communication is of utmost priority in completing engineering projects.
What impact or lesson we can learn from this failure?
Hundreds of properties, jobs and life were lost because of disaster of San Francisco Dam. This can be avoided if the engineer take a geologist's opinion when constructing the dam. During inspection, the engineer was supposed to take every changes in the condition of the dam into account so that an early solution can be provided. Nowadays, civil engineers are required to take a course in fundamental principle of geology with application to engineering before attaining their degree.
Lastly, can you summarize the topic today?
To illustrate the whole conflict, San Francisco Dam was completely a breakdown in 1928. Despite all the damage it has done, the dam deficiency presents a great example in telling us that anyone behind the curtain in the production of something should be responsible when things go wrong, as how Mulholland carried all the fault on his shoulder. However, this tragedy showed how weak was the engineering analysis on the project, and it started when cost was being reduced, which can lead to the usage of low-quality material. On a final note, the engineers group now refer to the case study of the damage of San Francisco Dam to jot down the crucial part in planning a project as a safe move in making sure construction is better in the future. Thank you.